her skirtling circle. Life. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's On the Sofa. We're going to be talking playoff memories tonight. I hope everybody is okay and keeping cool in the very, very hot weather. In the village, we have what they do is a beer race, which they have all the pubs in Wanborough. They have to have a race round them and have a half pint in each pub. And I went to watch that today, and it was horrible watching it because they were struggling. I think most of the beer was going down their fronts because it was just so hot. But yeah, so I hope everybody's coping. So we got Vic and Ray on tonight as usual, and we're going to be talking playoffs. So over to you, Vic.
Well, I think we should say first of all, congratulations to Notts County this afternoon. I don't know if you haven't watched the game. It's a spoiler alert. We're going to give the result in a second. They beat Salford 3-0 today. So it's Tuesday night in Salford again, I think, next season, isn't it? But well done to Notts County. And I think, I personally think the four best teams went up from League Two. When you look at it, MK Dons, Bromley, Cambridge and Notts County. Notts County, well done to the Matty Palmer who came on, former Hound player, of course. So, yeah, they look pretty good. And good luck to the Magpies next season.
But don't you feel sorry for Carl Robinson? No. Sorry, I just had to say that.
We'll just park that, shall we? Put that over there.
Yeah, never mind. Okay, so Vic, over to you. Oh, one thing, sorry. We have to say congratulations to the C6 girls and boys at Community Foundation. They were winners of the CEFC tournaments, championships. I don't actually know what you call it, league. So they were both at Wembley today to get their medals and things and have a presentation. So well done to them and the Community Foundation. Yeah,
well done to Community. I know you both went to the race night on Friday night and you raised a lot of money. Yeah. So well done. Yeah. You bet on a lot of horses. They all lost. So well done.
Yeah, I won nothing. Not a single thing. 9 races and the raffle, nothing. So I might as well have just gone in, given the money and gone home again, really. No, it was a fabulous night, very well organised. And yeah, and I had a bit of a moment because I realised Matty Taylor was there. So it was one of those moments. So yes.
Which Matty Taylor we're talking about? Because there's more than one, you know. There's quite a few of them when you think about it.
Only one in my mind, the ex-Swindon Matty Taylor, player manager. Only one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we talk about the playoffs because I know, Ray, you were involved in a project for the museum, the playoff project, and we discussed this with you a few years ago. But today is a very special anniversary, and today we had this result. It was Swindon Town 2, Gillingham 1. you might remember that Gillingham had gone in front in the first leg by 1-0. David Smith got the goal at the Priestfield, and then Swindon came back to the county ground. Carl Elsey put the Gills in front, and then a dramatic night ensued, didn't it, Ray? Peter Coyne and Charlie Henry might have scored.
Charlie Henry.
Yeah, absolutely. And he still talks about it now, doesn't he, Charlie Henry? I know one at the events we've had, he was still talking about that goal. But no, they were great times. And yeah, the work I did sort of looking at the historic playoff bit, I was lucky enough to be at most of them. And I thoroughly enjoyed all of those early playoff games. And yeah, that Gillingham one, actually, we were, as you say, that Carl Elsey goal was a brilliant goal from them. And that put us 2 behind. And that was the second time we'd been 2 behind, because we were 2 behind up at Wigan. And we'd got ourselves back in. So that was kind of the nature of the side we had then. It was it didn't know when it was beaten, really. And yeah, that was a terrific night. And the Charlie Henry goal, I still remember that. That was a fantastic feeling when that went in.
Yeah, amazing. I remember at Springfield Park in that Wigan game, and they had a grass bank there. And if I remember right, there was lots of celery spread around. It was quite a night, wasn't it? Fabulous performance. The second leg was a bit of a dull one, 0-0, wasn't it? Nothing really happened in it.
Yeah, but probably job done, because I think in the semis, away goals counted. So we got 3 of them. So it wasn't going to be an easy route back for them. They would have had to sort of score twice at the county ground without us scoring. So yeah, I've probably made it a bit of a tighter game. I think they hit the post. We had a couple of good chances, but there wasn't a lot happened really. But that probably suited us. Yeah.
My great memory of that is the second leg. Is I did the commentary along with Alan McLaughlin, who was co-commentating with me that day. So it's a great memory. And then he did the Charlton game with me some years later. So great memories of Alan McLaughlin doing those matches. What are your memories of those, Chris?
Well, I don't have the memory bank that you and Ray have. I know I was there, but yeah. So I don't have the memories, but I do remember the Charlie Henry goal. I do remember that, and I've seen it as well afterwards quite frequently, just to do it. Yeah. So they were exciting times, weren't they?
They were, and I think the third game at Gillingham at Selhurst Park was probably one of my favourite away games. It was such an incredible atmosphere, and on the night, what a great way to go up, really. But there was some sort of real quirky stuff that went on back then, because Dave Bamber was actually up against his future brother-in-law in that tie, and he also predicted the result at Selhurst Park, the 2-0 with 2 Steve White goals, and he actually set White up for the second one, which meant that White scored 1 goal more than him as well on the year. So,
gosh.
But, yeah, special night, that one.
Yeah, it was a special night. And bearing in mind the traffic problems around Selhurst Park that night, because it was a nightmare, wasn't it?
Yeah,
great
remember
time.
That. We went up by car with my father and his friend, and we had to come back through central London, and it was a nightmare.
Yeah,
very much so. So we've had a couple of comments from Sean. See, we're second in the amount of playoff games wins. Blackpool have the most. So. And Wigan stands out for me after being 2-0 down, and then the comeback. Yeah. So.
Yeah. This is from Ian. A friend of mine told me about his mate who worked in McDonald's. A fellow came in and ordered. He said to the guy, "Great day for Swindon today. Did you go?" His reply was, "Yes. I was in goal. It was Fraser Digby." Brilliant. Fantastic.
But what was he doing in McDonald's? That's not very healthy.
Let's hope it was the end of the season. Well, it was the end of the season, probably. So
I think he was celebrating, because I think he'd got Player of the Year as well just before that. Obviously, then got his promotion, and I think he went and played for England under 21s and kept a clean sheet against Russia just afterwards as well. So I think he was on a bit of a roll at the time. So maybe felt he deserved the fish and chips or burger or whatever.
Fair play. Yeah. That of course followed on from 85-86, didn't it? That record-breaking promotion to the 3rd division, and so successive promotions for the town, Ray. I mean, when you look back now, boy oh boy, what would we do for that?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And we were, we were pretty close to getting autos in that 86-87 as well. So I think we finished in 3rd place anyway, and we weren't far behind. So a really, really great kind of progress, really. And it went on after that as well, which we'll probably come on to. But we did have in the championship, we kind of had a stabilisation season. Then we were at it again in the playoffs. So.
Yeah, amazing stuff.
Yeah.
If you've got any memories, we'd love to hear them. Over bridges of the motorway, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Welcoming the team back to Swindon, everything. Steve White's penalty at Wembley, which David Ellery, bless him, gave him. Never a dive, not in a million years, and all those sorts of things. But
is there one thing? Mark Merriman came in, which I'll read. Evening all. Obviously, the best playoff memory is the 4-3 win against Leicester in '93. For me, though, it's still Charlie Henry's rising drive against Gillingham to put us back at 2-2 on aggregate before we went on to win 2-0 at Selhurst Park. Desperate to bring back the good times, especially after the disappointment of the end of this season. I'm with you then, Mark. Yeah, certainly. And one from Kevin. Sorry, missed the first goal. Well, we want to know why, Kevin. You can't just tell us you missed the goal. You've got to tell us why. So there you go.
What, the first goal in the Peter Coyne goal, you mean? Or the
first goal? Seems to be, yes. He's just said missed the first goal. So we need a bit of an elaboration on that, Kevin. So
yeah, it might be Steve White's first. It might be Steve White's first goal because it was early, wasn't it? And the traffic might be that.
Yes.
I guess. Yeah. Selhurst Park. I remember we were interviewing people after the game, and I said to Mr. Hodgins, go over there and say, to that chappie over there, he looks really happy. So he did go over to him, and he did say, well, how are you feeling? And there was a certain word he shouldn't have used, lies on the radio. Let's put it like that. Ecstatic. Never, ever risk it. It's not worth it. Yeah. Great night. Yeah. So 86, 87, great season, Ray. 88, 89, not a great campaign, was it? If I remember rightly.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't so good. I think we finished 6th that year, so we just scraped into the playoffs, which again, great achievement really, because of the progress we were making. But no, we were up against it then, and with it being Crystal Palace, and Crystal Palace had Mark Bright, Ian Wright as their front two in that one, and we did beat them at home, and we managed to keep them out, and actually could have had more than the 1-0 win that we got. But I think, in the second leg, that was the difference then, those two guys. I think they'd scored 54 between them in the season. But actually as well, that Palace one, I think we beat them in the April 1-0, and we beat them again in the playoffs 1-0. And I think it had been 25 years since we'd beaten them. So, but unfortunately, we couldn't do it a third time.
Yeah. They had John Solarco playing for them that night as well. He was terrific. What a great player he was. John's on. Hi, John. Sorry you won't be going to. Sorry you will be going to Salford next season. Have a weekend with your mates. Sorry about that. He says that he reckons that I cannot be bothered to move his shirts after the forum, leaving Mrs. Vic to pursue her crafting in the garage. I don't know what garage you're talking about. We don't have one, but anyway, there's another point. I like Ray's background, but we've seen it a few times now. Chris cannot even be bothered to point the camera in the direction of the floral curtains. May I respectfully suggest, oh, there they are. Look at that. Your wishes are command. May I respectfully suggest that you've all got one foot on the beach. Well, it's only 5 miles away. What do you expect? Backgrounds need raising to another level next season, says John.
Okay, John. Promise.
We've never forgotten the smoking incident, have we?
No.
Hi, Nikki. Me and my dad did the museum tour last year. Charlie Henry was there with us. Lovely bloke. I think the thing is with Charlie, I think he went a bit quiet for a few years, didn't he? And then we had the 85-86 reunion night. And ever since that, he's revelled in it. And it's wonderful to see that. And he's such a lovely bloke, top man. And you only wish all the best to Charlie Henry. And he says every day of his life, he gets asked about that Gillingham goal. And why wouldn't you?
But it took a bit of persuasion to get him to come on, wasn't it? To even come to the event and everything. So I had to get his sister involved.
Yeah.
So.
But we've seen him since at the county ground, and it's lovely to see him. So
yeah.
That Sean says that was another one. How we didn't win by more in that first leg versus Palace. Yes, it was. Yes, it was a very dusty, old, windy day, if I remember rightly. A Sunday afternoon. Yeah,
it was. It was. Yeah, before that big crowd, it was a good game, really. But, yeah, I think we hit the bar. I think White had the goal disallowed that Macari was really not happy about afterwards, having seen it. So I think we went very close to taking the 2-goal lead up there, but unfortunately, that we weren't able to do that.
No. Right. 1989-90. What else is there to say about this? What are your memories, Chris?
Who were we playing?
Sunderland.
Oh, Sunderland, yeah.
Yes.
My biggest memory of this, and I know it's trivial, but I found a pin badge with Marco Gabbiccini on it, on the floor.
Oh. Right. Okay.
That's what I remember from it. I was young,
yeah.
and he was very good looking at the time. But yes, but no, yes, no, I remember it, and it was a wonderful, absolutely wonderful sort of day out. So again, I was with my dad, so it was special. So
yeah, if I remember, we beat Blackburn over 2 legs in the semis, didn't we, Ray? And of course, that was against the background of all the FA goings on.
Yeah.
And when you think of the Southampton situation this season, where they were told they couldn't play at Wembley, it is my view that the FA already knew what they were going to do before they demoted Swindon. So therefore, shouldn't have allowed us to play the final. Basically.
No. And it's amazing how many of the punters had forgotten that as well, wasn't it? Quite a lot of people were talking about Southampton as being totally unprecedented. Actually, it wasn't. Our punishment was worse initially. And of course, also this year, I'll bring it up again. Obviously, the Luton situation was a similar scenario. So lots of people seem to forget that when they were talking about it. So I think if Southampton were thinking about us, they would have been expecting the worst, maybe.
But it was actually mentioned on the commentary, wasn't it, as well?
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. I mean, I think I always remember the president of the Football League or Football Association, I can't remember, after the second leg at the county ground against Blackburn, he was asked who does he think will win or who will get promotion after the final at Wembley, and he said Sunderland. He said, well, don't you think Swindon have a chance? Sunderland will get promotion. So whether they already knew, I don't know.
Which I don't know, it was probably worse for us playing the game, getting the result, and then having the demotion, whereas Southampton, at least their fans didn't have to go through with the game, win it, and then have that sort of heartache of being demoted.
Yeah, it was just, and of course the sad thing is we'll never know how that side would have fared in the old First Division. I suspect they would have finished lower middle half. I don't think they would have got relegated. And who knows? The sliding door moment. Who knows what would have happened after that? It's one of those unknown questions, right? Isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, and I agree. I think we had a little bit more about us in that that side. We had some strength, and we were talking about John Gittins before we came on, weren't we? But people like John Gittins in that side, we had some real steel as well as like a lot of quality. And I think we may have been a little bit more competitive at that stage than we ended up when we did go up, because obviously we lost 1 or 2 players when we did go up as well in 92, 93. But no, it was a brilliant day out, and just such a shame what happened. It's the only protest march I've ever been on. Was the one round town. Yeah.
It was fantastic. That was the protest.
Yeah, amazing.
My car was sort of all red and white and everywhere, and it was. Yes.
I always remember as well at Villa Park when they had the decision. Do you remember when there was a petition with thousands of signatures on it, and it was just piled in the corner? They didn't even look at it. I can tell you that now. So. There you go. It had been decided. Hi, Alistair. I missed Paul Bowden's penalty against Leicester, as ran down under the stand and waited for the roar of the Swindon fans celebrating it, as I was so nervous. But it was the best day I've ever seen Town win, and I stewarded a coach for the travel club that day. Oh, well done, Alistair. But that was fun on the way back. Yeah, what a game! What a mad game that was. And have you ever seen a 15 minutes like that when Leicester got those 3 goals? I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. It's just crazy.
No. It was pretty amazing how we came back, though, because we did come back at them quite quickly, having gone through that, surprisingly. But, it was amazing.
Yeah. Right. 89-90. There's not much else to say about that, really, is there, in terms of the memory still hurts, doesn't it? And, yes. Okay, 92-93, we've already touched on. That's the penalty from Paul Bodin. The semi-finals against Tranmere, Ray.
Yeah, great games again. Those were, they were 2 really good games leading up to the Leicester game as well. And looked like we were cruising at one point. I think Tranmere getting a goal in the first leg kind of made it that much tighter. And then it was a real tough game up there. That could have gone either way, actually. But luckily, it went our way. And, brilliant, absolutely brilliant night, that one. So
I remember I was in the away end that night, and Craig Maskell's goal. I watched it the other day, actually, and it seemed to take 20 minutes before we put the ball in the... Just put the flipping thing in the net.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, because they had a heck of a side. They had the likes of Pat Nevin in that team.
Yeah,
they did. Yeah, and they did sort of put us under quite a bit of pressure, didn't they, at the end? Yeah.
They did. What are your memories, Chris?
Again, it's probably about the support more than the actual game. I remember being there with my nephew. He was still at junior school at the time, and he was going to the dentist. But he wasn't going to the dentist, he was going to Tranmere. And he got videoed on the news up a pylon.
Ain't it always the way?
But the worst thing was they'd booked a holiday to Malta, and he missed the final. So
no,
he was determined he wasn't going, but yeah, he had to go. So
I suspect there were quite a few people who went to the dentist that day.
Maybe not up a pylon, but
no,
he wasn't right up it. I wasn't that much of a sort of. He was in my care.
Can you imagine these days, though, if you sort of said, I can't come to work today because I'm not very well?
Yeah,
the amount of cameras, you'd be very, very lucky not to get seen, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Hi, Nikki. Speaking of the museum tour, if anyone gets a chance to do one, do it. Such an amazing and interesting few hours. Yeah, Dick Mattock runs it. John Trollope also helps as well. Charlie Henry does too. I think there's a couple of weeks. I'm not sure when the next one is, but there's a lot of going on at the county ground in the summer. So they're being kind of suspended until later in the summer, I think, until that works.
Yeah, I think it's when you start the season they're going to redo them. And we usually promote them as well for them. So we'll do them on here as well when they next get advertised.
Yeah, and as we all know, Dick Mattock has probably forgotten more about Swindon Town than we'll ever know. So, extraordinary man, and Somerset County Cricket Club, and Somerset County Cricket Club as well. So, often have a chat with him at the county ground in Taunton. Hi, Sean King, Mr. Sean King. Hello to you. Remember the Gillingham game at Palace? Having a glug of the team celebratory champagne. Name dropper. Sean Blackman away, Steve Foley's goal. What a rocket that was. Fantastic goal. Such a one-sided game, says Kevin. I think he's talking about Sunderland, because then Sean says the Sunderland one must be still the most one-sided finals. Glenn, hi Glenn. Maskell and Mitchell work well together. Dave Mitchell, you see, I don't know about you two, but I think he's one of the most underrated players to ever play for the Town. He was a guest on here, wasn't he?
He was.
A few months ago from Australia. But what a player.
Absolutely wonderful. He remembers things very fondly of his Swindon days, isn't he? So
but he was another one we lost when we went up, wasn't he?
Yeah. Well, we lost the spine of the team, really. We lost Mitchell, Calderwood, and Mitchell Coldwood, and who's the other one? Oh, Hoddle, obviously. Yes.
Oh, that man, you know.
Oh, him. That bloke who used to play sweeper occasionally. Yeah, that one. Yeah, fabulous. Yeah, what a team. Did Tranmere have John Aldridge in their team? Yes, they did, I think, Kevin. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Town Centre was rammed that night. Cars couldn't get through in Old Town. That's another thing, the celebration when the team came back, isn't it?
Wow, they were out of the skylights on the top of the bus, weren't they? But coming back down the motorway was, once you hit sort of probably Hungerford, it was the bridges over the motorway were full of supporters, and how emotional was it to see everybody like that, and then go to the county grounds and wait for the bus to come in and everything. So yeah. Thank you all very much for your comments that are coming in, because we thought it might be a bit quiet tonight, bearing in mind it's a bank holiday and barbecues are being done and all that kind of stuff. It's too hot. Just come in and watch this. Hi Rich, Sheffield United game was crazy and a great atmosphere. That is still one of the most fabulous games I've ever seen. And then he says, what is your favourite goal of all time in the playoffs or final? Toughy, Ray.
I think that Charlie Henry one is up there. That was so because of how important it was. That's massive. And I think from a sound of a goal, Craig Maskell was one at Wembley when you hear it thud off the post.
Yes.
I've never forgotten that noise.
Yes, amazing. Absolutely. Yes. Well, let's have all your votes, please, for favourite goal in the playoffs. It's difficult to remember them all, but I remember Ben Gladwin's second when it made it 3-0.
Yeah.
Smacked it in from the edge of the penalty area. Fantastic goal. And we all went mad and thought, that's it, we've done it. And then
we hadn't.
There was a lot of hair pulling out, wasn't there? No. Now, this is going to bring a lot of pain, so I'm sorry about this. 2003-2004, finished 5th in Division 2, playoff semi-final against Brighton, who won the game at the county ground by 0-0. Parkin and Fallon put the town 2-up at Brighton in that athletics arena in a pouring rain night. But Adam Virgo's header deep into extra time forces a heartbreaking penalty shootout at the Wisden. Ray, I don't know about you, but that's one of the worst nights I've ever experienced, I think.
Yeah, I actually experienced it from the Legends Lounge. It was screened in there, so I didn't get wet. But yeah, it was horrendous.
Was that the time it rained and rained and rained and rained?
Yeah. It did. But those penalties. I mean, actually, in I think nine playoff campaigns we've been in, we've won 3 of them. We lost in the final 4 times, I think, or certainly probably 3 times in the final. But going out in the semis, we've lost 4 times in the semis, and 3 of them been on penalties. That's how tight the playoffs are. It's kind of usually been penalties if we gone out.
Yeah. Yes, it was heartbreaking. Were you there, Chris, or did you watch it on TV?
No, I was there.
The Wisden?
No, I was there. Yeah, I think it was. I must have gone with the supporters coaches down there. Yeah. So
I just remember the header from Virgo. I can see it now.
Yeah.
And whenever I've seen him on television, because he co-commentates a lot, doesn't he? Whenever I hear his voice, I kind of hide behind the sofa. Go away. Hi, Mark. Either Maskell at the final, just a thud off the post, or Sean Taylor for almost having his head kicked off in the final. What a brave man. What a great header that was. Fantastic. And he achieved 3 ambitions that day. He played at Wembley, he scored at Wembley, and he reached the Premier League. All in one day. How about that? Such a lovely man.
Can't say more than that, can you? Fantastic.
Not really. Fantastic. For somebody who sort of started his career at Bideford and Holsworthy. Fabulous. What a great man. The Tranmere fans were class in 1993 away game. We thought they were going to kick off, but they were so friendly and shaking our hands and swapping shirts afterwards. Hi, Carol. We missed all the celebrations on the motorway bridges. Our driver brought us home via
that place down the
A417. Yes. Oh dear. Yes.
We wouldn't get away with it now, Carol.
Right. 2009, 2010. Take us through that one, Ray.
Yeah, that was the Charlton one, wasn't it, in the semi?
In the semis, yeah.
Yeah. Those were two really good games. A really good game at the County Ground. Probably deserved more than a 1-goal lead out of that. So I think we took a 2-1 lead up to the Valley, and then obviously it all started to go a bit wrong with Gordon Greer sending off at the Valley, and we ended up actually losing 2-1. But we did really well to stay in that game because having 10 men for quite a long time, we did well to hold on. And that'll always be the Stephen Darby penalty, won't it? That one, that was brilliant.
There's the shirt. That's the shirt there. Look, that's that there. Actually, we should remember, of course, David Lucas got injured after about 6 minutes, didn't he? And then Phil Smith took over in goal.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, absolutely.
And then, of course, it was the Wembley bobble for Charlie Austin.
The bobble, yeah. Bobble.
That was a horrible day, wasn't it? We never really looked like we were going to win it, and they were horrible the way they played, and then obviously the fans were horrible as well. It was just one to forget, really.
Yeah, definitely. The night we got back, we celebrated in our local pub, the Old Crown in Ogbourne, St George, and John Gorman walked in with Glenn, and we drunk the night away. Oh. That's a fantastic memory. How great is that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Lovely man, John Gorman. He's been a guest on this, hasn't he, in the past, and we wish him well.
Yeah.
He was actually involved in the first playoff campaign. He was with Gillingham at the time, so obviously didn't know at the time he would go on to be connected with Swindon. But he was on the Gillingham staff.
Excellent.
As for Tranmere, I think Sean says once so outside the ground, unfortunately. So obviously there were problems outside the ground.
Kicked off outside.
Okay. To one of those penalty shootouts to which you refer, Brentford to 2012-13.
Yeah. Did you remember that one, Chris?
I do. Yes, I do. I shouldn't have gone. I wasn't very well. I just had a mini stroke, but I was not going to miss it. So I did go, and yeah, it was one of those days, wasn't it? So
Aidan Flint, though, right at the death, and we thought, oh, great, this is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a night when, if you remember, the Brentford fans after the game all came up towards us and started goading us. I remember that in the old Griffin Park ground, wasn't it? Yeah. Very disappointing. So that's that one. But 2014-2015, 2-1 away at Sheffield United on general election night, and that bonkers game, which is still shown on Sky Sports to this day, I think it is, isn't it?
Yeah, unbelievable game, that one. It was a really good result at Sheffield United in the first leg. That's a tough place to go. So to bring a lead back was brilliant. Good job we did, as it happened. But as you said, you mentioned Ben Gladwin, two really good goals that night. I think Michael Smith got a couple as well, and I think Beaker got one later on as well. But that was some game, and thank goodness it didn't go on any longer.
Yeah, so what would have happened if it had gone to extra time? I think Sheffield United might have sneaked it, do you think? I don't know.
Momentum-wise, you'd have thought maybe so, wouldn't you?
They were in control, weren't they?
Yeah.
But you just don't know, do you? So
it was crazy. There was that wonderful picture of Nigel Clough going like this.
Yeah.
And he sat back as if to say, this is just crazy. And yeah, it is. If it's my favourite game, I think it probably is. I think it's just because it was so mad and so fantastic. And we had a decent team that night. Yeah, as you said, John Beaker got a goal, didn't he?
Yeah.
But that was the night that Nathan Thompson picked up the hamstring injury.
Yeah, which would come back to haunt us.
Yeah.
Very much so. Yeah.
Should never have played in the final, should he?
No. But when he's been on this, he's told us that he went through so many rigorous tests before the game, didn't he? To check it out. And And if he thought it would go wrong, he wouldn't have played. So there you go.
But again, insight's a wonderful thing, isn't it? So
absolutely, it is. Pre-Preston game, says Sean King. During a radio phone-in, I famously asked Mark Cooper if he had a plan B. Sadly, on the day, we didn't have a plan A. Oh dear. It was a horrible day, wasn't it? 4-0.
Yeah. And although we had a good team in that kind of Sheffield United game as well, squad-wise, we were struggling, weren't we? So once Thompson was off, we were really struggling for a side at the back. And that's kind of probably a lot of our recent history. You could say that has been like that, hasn't it? To be fair, we didn't, in the 92, 93, the Hoddle days, we didn't have a huge squad. So once you got beyond the regulars, we started to weaken quite a bit. So I think that was definitely the case with the Preston game. And it was Beckford, wasn't it? It was just too much for us, really.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. Another message from John. Got to pop out, I'm afraid. But I remember planning a weekend in Cardiff while watching the game against Brighton at a pub in Manchester prior to the last-minute debacle. I'll catch up later. That's very good of you, John. Thank you very much.
I think that was Bristol City, wasn't it? We'd have had Bristol City if we had got, yeah.
Danny Wilson was manager of Bristol City, was he? In that?
Yeah.
Love the playoffs and finals. I'm dreaming about going again with STFC. Hope we can get automatic next season. I think, I don't want to go through the playoffs. Sadly, we all thought that would be our fallback this season, but as we all know,
not
it
to
wasn't.
be.
No. Yes. Now, 2021-22. Now, there are certain teams that should have got promotion. Probably the 2014-2018 one should have done. What about this one, Ray? This is the Ben Garner, Harry McCurdy, and all. They should have got promotion, shouldn't they?
Yeah. To be honest, we that first leg, we let a goal in fairly late, didn't we? They got a goal. Yes. Didn't really deserve it. We were well on top, and that just made the difference for the second leg, really. And it's always so tight. If we could have taken a 2-goal lead into that, we'd have been all right, I think.
Yeah.
But Harry McCurdy was kind of like hero and villain, wasn't he? Really good at home, and then obviously the penalty miss up there.
Yeah.
The whole course of history might have changed, of course, Chris, mightn't it? I mean, if we'd got up, he might have stayed. You don't know, and
you don't know, do you? You don't know. No, but it was one of these. I didn't go to the second leg because I was working abroad, so I had to go there. But I was listening to it and everything, which was probably the worst thing to ever do. And I think he got a lot of stick for how he was after the penalty. I think that was he just didn't know what to do. I think, and the way he was, it wasn't a laugh, really, was it? It was sort of like, I just ain't got a clue what I'm supposed to do here. But he did take a lot of stick over it, which I think is not fair on him.
Yeah.
I was pleased that Dion Conroy scored in the penalty shootout because he'd taken a lot of stick unfairly by many Swindon fans, and had he missed a penalty, that would have been worse for him. So I was delighted he got one. And Lewis Ward, of course, he turned out to be our penalty man, didn't he?
Yeah.
In goal. Save one against Man City, of course, as well. So there we go. But how would that side have done, Ray? Do you think if they'd gone up?
We probably would have we'd probably held our own in League One. We'd have probably stayed up, I think. Not sure we would have kicked on again. Again, it depends on what the owner throws at it, doesn't it, and squad wise, etc. But we would probably have been able to sort of see a season out and hopefully settle.
We had a great midfield.
Yeah,
great midfield.
Yeah, the likes of your Jack Paynes, and he's a terrific player still now, isn't he?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Destroys us every time we go to that place, doesn't he?
It does.
Love the memories, guys.
That's probably the best chance we had of staying up the following season with that squad of players. If we'd been able to keep them, because again, you don't know.
No.
Even going up, they don't seem to want to stay, or not want to stay, but they get other offers and everything, don't they? So if we kept what we had.
There were 2 or 3 players that season, of course, who Kane Kessler-Hayden was one.
Yeah.
There was the striker as well, whose name is suddenly
Simpson.
Yes, that's right. Sorry.
Tyrese Simpson.
Yeah, Tyrese Simpson. That's it. We lost them in January, as we often do with loan players, don't we? And they were really, really good players. And I remember them being at away games as well, sort of standing in the away end and watching the team.
Yeah.
So they obviously like their time, and he's done rather well, I think. Kane Kessler-Hayden's at Coventry now, I think.
Yeah.
He has, yeah. Tyrese is a free agent, isn't he? He got let go. Yeah. So he's a free agent.
Talking
he's
of,
not got any smaller, has he?
No. But he's so quick. That was the thing with him, wasn't it? He was quick.
Matty Palmer, of course, came on for Notts County this afternoon. He was a player you would kind of like in midfield, wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. And Jones again today. We struggled massively against him. He looked real quality as well, didn't he? You do get these players in the league, but not many.
No, it's class. That's what I said about Notts County. I think you're always going to get a tough game against them because they play such good football, and they've got really good footballers, haven't they? They like that style of play. So well done to them, and I hope they have a good night. Port Vale was awful. Port Vale, of course, we're playing them again next season, aren't we? When we went away, disgraceful behaviour from their fans. Our fans were brilliant. I just remember lots of flying bottles at the end being thrown at us. Awful. So you went through the record in the playoffs. I mean, we don't need to go through the new Wembley, Ray, do we? I mean, it's a disaster area for us.
Yeah, it is, and it's been interesting the attendances this time, and I've seen stuff with some of these like the Bolton Stockport one could have been played at Old Trafford easily. They could have. So it does make you wonder whether there's an argument for where the stadiums are so big now, not always doing it at Wembley. But
I think it's especially if the clubs are both up north.
Yeah,
it seems so strange bringing them all the way down to London, and the expense, because Wembley tickets aren't cheap, not even the ones right up in the gods, and the travel. So I don't know how they would work it, because you wouldn't know till the sort of the semis had been played, but surely they must come to some arrangement that stops all this travelling for them and everything.
Has the lustre of Wembley worn off then? I mean, there's still that magical name, isn't it? But they have to play so many games here to make it pay for itself.
I think once they started playing the FA Cup semis at Wembley, it took the shine off it. And I think if you're a first, second division team, playing at Old Trafford, Etienne, whatever, would be as much as a good way than coming all the way down to Wembley, in my opinion.
Particularly if you looked at the numbers of tickets sold. I mean, even Bolton, who I see as a big club, I think they only sold about 25,000, didn't they? Something like that. So it's perfectly doable. But I get players love the opportunity to play at Wembley. But certainly the new one, our experience hasn't been great, has it?
No, we haven't scored there yet. I think Michael Smith had a chance against Preston early in the second half, didn't he? But his header went over the bar. That's the closest we came. I mean, I was watching this afternoon. I watched the game this afternoon, and it was pretty empty, to be honest.
Yeah.
There were a lot of Notts County fans, but as we probably would have predicted, not many Salford. Yes. Do I mention Sol Bryn, Chris?
Please don't. Oh, bless him. I did feel so sorry for him. I did see it, but what were his defenders doing? Sorry.
Yeah.
You can't just blame the goalie.
I think it's because it was so late in the game. I mean, if that had happened in the, 30th minute, then they could have come back, couldn't they? But yeah, you did feel for him because he was such a good goalkeeper for us, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Well, I was seeing the commentary. I was watching it on Twitter, and they said in about the 30th minute how he come out to stop a goal that was going to go in. So you can't then. I know they do, because it is, and that's all you can blame as a goalie, isn't it? But yeah, I hope he doesn't sort of take it personally and everything. But it happens, doesn't it? happens in football. You miss a penalty, you let in a goal, you get sent off, you do this, you do that, and you've always got that on your conscience, haven't you? So
there's a program on BBC at the minute called Dear England, I think it is. It's on at 9 o'clock on BBC One tonight, and it's about there's a play written about Gareth Southgate and his time as England manager, and they've turned it into a TV series. I don't know if you saw the first one last night, but it's really good. And obviously that miss in 1996 or the save in 1996 stay with him for it always will, won't it? When the keeper saved the penalty against England in the semi-final, and it has a massive effect on their careers.
It does, and it's not always the people you'd expect, is it? I think Tommy Mooney missed the penalty at Brighton, didn't he? And you'd have bet your mortgage on Tommy Mooney scoring.
Yeah, I mean, it hit the post, I think, didn't he?
Yeah.
Andy Gurney also missed one.
Yeah.
On the subject of Tommy Mooney, how spooky.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah. Sean says, I sat by Tommy Mooney in the Arkles one game when he was Villa loan manager. Said he was watching to see about what players he could send us should we go up in the playoffs. Sadly, we didn't, and I don't think we got any the next season from Villa. Oh, that's a shame, isn't it? I mean, we got Finlay Monroe this year, didn't we, for half a season? And well done to Villa for winning the UEFA Cup.
Yes.
Fantastic achievement.
Yeah, fantastic.
And I noticed that Tom, the former media manager at the County Ground, had a nice picture taken with the trophy himself. So well done, Tom.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I've just key.
Yes, that's him. Yep. So well done. What a day for them,
Yeah,
Villa.
fantastic.
Yeah, and what a day for Ollie Watkins, who started down with Buckland Athletic in South Devon. Yeah, Buckland Athletic. Then he went to Weston-super-Mare, then to Exeter, and then up you go.
Wow.
Oh, fantastic. It's nice when you see them do that sort of stepping up, isn't it? So, yeah.
Keeps them grounded.
Yeah. Exactly.
So what did we think of the playoffs this year, Ray? I mean, it seems to me that, you have the final game of the season today, and then 3 weeks later we'll start again. So have they still got a place?
For me, 100%. I when I was looking back at the start of it all, if you cast your mind back to like the 80s, football was in a complete mess. We'd had all of the Heysel disaster. We'd had Millwall at Luton crowd trouble and Luton banned away fans. The government wanted to make that mandatory. I think there's talk of ID cards, wasn't there?
Yeah,
that. Ken Bates wanted an electric fence at Chelsea. But if you think back, it was in a real state. And I think the playoffs were one of 10 things that were done at the time. And for me, that and 3 points for a win have been absolutely massive, because there is that chance for your smaller clubs to still be involved for longer. And they're always exciting. You see pictures today of people, Notts County fans crying. They're on the winning side and they're crying. There's so much emotion and tension. Yeah. I don't think you can replicate elsewhere. So for me, 100% the right thing. And actually, the first one, when we won at Selhurst Park, Lou Macari actually said on the pitch afterwards he doesn't agree with them and they should be canned.
Yes, he did.
I'm pretty glad 40 years on that they haven't been.
40 years, it seems extraordinary. Yeah, he did. This should be scrapped, he said. That was his words. Yeah, this should be scrapped. What about you, Chris?
No, I think they do. It's if you're in them, of course, and if you win, it's a lot better. But yeah, I think they do have a place in there. It just gives that extra bit of the season to go on and win something. It's like, oh, did they finish 10th or something, didn't they? And they beat sort of, and so it gives everybody a chance that way. Some might think it's unfair, but yeah, I still think it's got to stay.
I think it's, sorry, Chris, I'll just say, I think as well, using the Hull example, they're competing against teams with parachute payments that have come down out of the Premiership, got the money, and so they give that opportunity for somebody that's not one of those clubs to actually get in there, because otherwise it's pretty tough.
Yeah, because it'll just be the same ones going up and down, won't it? So it'd be no, I still think it's got a good. It's there to stay.
Well, West Ham, of course, who've gone down yesterday. I mean, they obviously must be favourites to come back up again. They'll have the parachute payments. Gerald Bowen will go for whatever he'll go for. Mm-hmm. Yeah. so they must be favourites to go up. But have moving to a new stadium, has that helped them? You could argue no.
No. Just seeing here, Rich is saying that he was in hospitality today, and it was great food and everything. So well done, Rich, for going to hospitality. Didn't say who you were supporting though, so but, yeah. So hope you had a good day. Oh,
Sean
he says there's
King,
no atmosphere, so
yeah. Sean King, who says, try not to make it the Sean King guest appearance show tonight, says, I remember when Solbrin got stick away in an early game. He did. I remember that right.
Scunthorpe.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Scunthorpe, wasn't it? Because he took over from Lewis Ward.
Yes, I remember it well. Yes, I think so. Came back in the next home game and won sponsors man of the match. The sponsors including me and Daz St George, and then onwards and upwards for Sol after that. I mean, I remember he was guest on our table, wasn't he, for the end of season awards? And what a lovely chap he was.
Yes.
And I think Middlesbrough's his hometown club, isn't it? That's where he.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I won't
So
say
he
anything.
will-
I'm biased. I won't say anything.
So I feel he'll feel that as bad as anyone, I would imagine.
Yeah.
So we wish him well for next season. Hope he gets over it in the summer. Of course he won't, but we hope he does. So we've gone through most of the playoffs, but if I remember rightly, in the early days there were relegation playoffs as well, Ray.
Yeah. The first playoffs included kind of 3 from the promotion mix from the division you're in, and 1 from the division above. So Sunderland were in the well, I guess it was championship equivalent then. They were the ones that joined the playoffs, and they had 2 legs over against Gillingham. There's loads of goals, but Gillingham went through on away goals because the semis were actually away goals counted. Luckily, they didn't in the final. And that did include in that season. It included the sides from a division above. I think they were trying to shrink the size of the top league as well, so it probably had something to do with that. But I think they ditched that fairly quickly. I think maybe the next playoff we were in, it was already just the ones from the league you played in.
Yeah, they wouldn't want the top teams to play too many games because they've got to go off on pre-season tours to Indonesia. I'm on that subject. Alistair says, I can remember when they had, excuse me, 1 team from the league above in relegation and promotion playoffs. When was the last anyone in the football? When was the last one in the Football League? Anyone? So I think you might have just answered that because they still do that in Scotland, I think, don't they?
Yeah,
I think they might do. Yeah. And actually, the first playoffs as well, although they were kind of like really new to us, and we probably all thought it was an American thing. Actually, in the very early days of professional football, there were playoffs. And that's how sides got promoted in the very early days. So it kind of was just winding the clock back, really.
Yeah. Now you said that, I remember going to a couple of them in the early days of professional football. Darren says West Ham will go straight back up. I think they're pretty much certain to do that. Who else has gone down?
You don't know. It all depends what they do in the transfer market or who they lose and stuff like that, isn't it? I know they'll be.
Well, they'll lose Bowen. He'll be off. Bowen will be off to you.
But so.
I would imagine he's a straight replacement for Casemiro, isn't he? At Man United, seems to me. So who else went down? I'm just trying to think.
Wolves were one of them.
Wolves and Burnley.
Burnley, yeah.
The proverbial yo-yo club. Yes. So they'll be coming back up again, I guess. Although the parachute payments now, I don't think you get more of the time. You only get so many, I think, don't you? You don't get as many now as you used to do.
I'm not sure.
No. Don't know how it works now. It's just seems to be very unfair, but still, but yeah.
Yeah. It's not likely to affect us anytime soon, is it?
No, it's not. I went and supported a football match as I've missed football. Notts were the better team on the day. Can't wait to be back at STFC watching the town. No doubt about that. I think you were saying earlier, Ray, the heat affected their pressing game, didn't it? They weren't able to.
Salford couldn't play their game, and Notts County have got a bit of everything. They've got a bit of quality, but they're also very physical, very strong, and so Salford couldn't really live with it today, I didn't think.
Yeah. Yes, I think it's I I quite enjoy watching them play when we've played them, because remember last year we went there around about Christmas time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And they played some really, really good football, played us off the park. So, yeah, good luck to them and hope they stay up. Right, what else can we say about the playoffs then? We've got 5 minutes left. If you've got any more memories, please get in touch and let us know. Which was your favourite playoff?
Can I just say hello to Royston? Good evening, Royston. And what do you mean? This is 7:53 and you're only saying hello? You might not be my favourite person at the moment. So where have you been?
Well, that's not good enough, is it? Has he been at a barbecue?
Well, I don't know. So what do we think of these Southampton? Was it a fair thing for them, or should they have been made to play it and then don't know? Or
no, I think
if they hadn't admitted to others, then I think it had been a different story.
Yeah, they did 3, didn't they? Ipswich and
they've said they have, yes.
Yeah, well, maybe more, but it just, I mean, apparently on the continent, it's not a problem. They do it all the time, but it is against the rules here. So that's that. You know, it's the same. Go on.
I think we'd be all right, because I don't think anyone would find our training ground. You could look around Swindon quite a while, and you would have finding it.
What do you mean it's in Calne? Where's Calne?
Where's Calne?
Yeah. I don't. I think it's the group I go to on a Thursday. There's a Southampton fan there, and he sort of is banged to rights, Gov. Simple as that, really. He thought the punishment was a little bit harsh, but that's that. What else are you going to do? I did feel for the Middlesbrough fans who suddenly had to get tickets and transport and all that kind of stuff. And I felt sorry for the Southampton fan from Australia who was in the air whilst that decision was being made, and then got there and then discovered they weren't playing at Wembley.
There wasn't much thought given to the supporters, was there? It was a real quick turnaround. Amazing, Middlesbrough took as many as they did. With they only had a couple of days, really, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
And they could have sold a lot more, but they had to stop it. You're having 3+ loyalty points. They couldn't put them on general sale because there just wasn't time. So they could have took a lot more than that down. So
Marlborough's top cricket scorer has been in touch. Hello, Martin. What does the panel think about playoffs in the Championship going to the 8th next season? I've got to get my head around this. So 7th at the minute, is it?
Six, is it in the
Championship? Yeah. Top 2 go up automatically, and then the 3rd goes up via the playoffs. Don't know really. What do you think, Ray?
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like the setup in the National League's a bit different, isn't it? There's more games and teams involved in that. So I don't know really, but maybe going back to the parachute payment thing, it just give a little bit more opportunity for others to be involved. But does feel like it's starting to get a bit much down to 8th, I think.
They'll have 48 teams in a World Cup next, won't they?
Yeah.
What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, I think if you keep swapping and changing it and everything like that, you don't know where you're going, do you? It gets totally lost. And I suppose they are just trying to level it out. But yeah, I think they need to keep it consistent so everybody knows what they're playing for, really.
Yeah.
Do you think it's got anything to do with money?
I'd be very surprised if it hasn't. Yeah.
Or am I being
Does that
cynical?
matter in football these days?
No, not at all. No, it has no effect on anybody at all. Okay, well, we're coming to the end, but thank you very much indeed for all your memories. We didn't know, well, we just thought everybody would be out on the barbecue tonight, so we wouldn't have anybody contributing, but it looks a fantastic evening, I must say. Sun is shining, as it has been all day. It's going to be even worse tomorrow, apparently. It'll be 40 odd degrees. So good luck with it. That's all I can say. And I did feel for those players that are in the playoffs over the week. I mean, boy, oh boy.
I think it's a case of we'll keep doing these as long as people want us over the summer. So if there's anything specific you want to talk about, you want to contribute in, we've had some suggestions from not last week, the week before. So Vic, Ray and I will be discussing those and see where we can go with those. But if there's anything else you think we could discuss between now and probably the fixture release. So it's about 5 weeks. So if there's anything you particularly want us to talk about that you can get involved in, please let us know. And Alice and Royston, okay, I will forgive you for missing out what day it is, because I thought it was Sunday today. So so you're okay.
Alistair says, well, Southampton deserve to be kicked out. Also, EFL see it as another team in red and white with a bit black. I mean, I think they did set a precedent with kicking us out of that competition earlier in the season. I think they showed their teeth, as it were. So maybe that's the way forward for the Football League in the future. I don't know. There you go. Right, I think that's about it. But thank you all very much indeed for your comments tonight. It's lovely to know that there are people out there watching, and we really appreciate it. And
we do. It was a discussion Vic and I had. Do we keep on with them? Do people actually really want to have it every Monday night, or did they want a break? So we decided that we would, and just see how it panned out. So thank you for joining us, and thank you, Ray, for your contribution tonight as well.
No problem.
Yes, and Martin says, for what they're worth, this is regarding the championship going down to 8. For what it's worth, I think it's a nonsense idea. More comments coming in. So what's that coming in? Pyramid table is out of date. It needs to be sorted and clarified. Okay. And don't forget the World Cup, by the way. If you want to know when England's fixtures are, I can tell you that. The first one is on the 17th of June, England against Croatia. This is Group L. That's a 9 o'clock kickoff. Their second game is against Ghana. That's on the 23rd of June with a 9 o'clock kickoff. And then it's Panama against England on the 27th of June with a 10 o'clock kickoff. Of course, in the States, they're 5 hours behind.
So they're all early hours of the morning, aren't they?
Yeah, so that's when England are playing. Their first game, as I said, is the 17th of June. So it'll go on for about 6 months, the World Cup, won't it? So we're not really getting a break, but there we are. That's it.
Never mind. Anyway, thank you very, very much for watching, everybody, and contributing. We do appreciate it, as we've said. And we will be back next week. But again, if there's anything you would like us to talk about, any memories or anything like that you think we should be particularly focused on, please let us know. But other than that, have a good week. Please stay safe in this hot weather, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye.
See you shortly.